it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. And it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
It's the venue that's had plenty of success come through it since the mid-2010s, as well as a few Lombardi trophies. It's GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Set to go is the kicker, Harrison Butker. And we're off from Arrowhead. To return, here's Paris Campbell. And this drive will start inside the 25. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations around the goal line.
It's intercepted on the first play of the game. Trent McDuffie in to pick it off. And the Chiefs are going to be set up in goal to go after a great return down inside the 10.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right? You watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
So here are the Chiefs out on offense for their first drive. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
You hear me say all the time, Kate, that football is the ultimate team sport, but there are times as a quarterback it can feel a little bit like golf and match play. And when your opponent gives you a shot, gives you an opportunity with the pick,
and that's a Kansas City touchdown! So a touchdown on the board for him, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Now Harrison Butker for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. Campbell now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Now for the second time this game, we're going to look at the Philly offense. And we only saw this group for one snap to start the game, Brock, so hopefully we get a longer look at them this time.
You know, Kate, in a lot of ways, it may even be easier to shake that first one off. They're barely on the field.
Yeah.
So
the Chiefs get to him, and he's dropped. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
You just feel this defense starting to come alive, don't you, Kate? Got their first turnover last time out. Now they put their first sack on the board. And big plays on that side of the ball, they can come in bunches. Defense sure hopes to keep this faucet going, and the offense wants to turn the spigot off immediately.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Trying again following the sack. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
On third down, it's Hurts. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up fourth down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
Now on fourth down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. The fair catch taken in at the 28-yard line. No return on that punt. And the Chiefs will get set to go on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. That's the long-tenured Brandon Graham with the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. Finds his man Rice. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. That's caught by Hollywood Brown. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. Hauled in by Rice. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Back to the air, Mahomes. Completes this one to Rice. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. While that play was going on, we see that one of their teammates shaken up on the play. Not quite sure what happened, but they're out there to tend to him. All set up now for 1st and 10. Off play action, it's Mahomes. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it's going to be 2nd down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Another throw for Mahomes. Throws there for Sky Moore. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Again, Mahomes to throw. He's got it. And he pushes it all the way to the goal line, but goes out at the 1.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Throwing again, Mahomes. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs take a 13-0 lead. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the champ for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Butker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. On the return, Britton Covey. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And they're still looking for their first signs of life on offense. Haven't even been able to get a first down off this defense just yet. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down throwing for Hurts. That pass complete to Goddard. And that's good for a gain of 5. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. Our score, 14-0. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They've got 2nd and 5. From the 36. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. From the red zone now. He's got it! And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the 1st.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
2nd and 3 now. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Eagles make it a one-score game in the first half. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown! Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Eagles 7.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Kadarius Toney now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Chiefs offense out to take over. And that lead they've got, Brock, they are never going to have to worry about losing it if they keep scoring every time they touch this football.
Is that how it works?
It surprisingly is. You know, if you have the lead and you don't lose it, you win.
And that type of start, well, you wanted all 17 games of a season, but you're lucky to get it more than once.
They gain 14 on the play. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Motioning one of the tight ends. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Finds his man, Gray. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. I picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. From the 48. That's into the hands of Moore. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. That's a pickup of 9. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. A throw left side, caught by Brown. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
This one finds Kelsey. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. We're to the 2-minute warning from Arrowhead. The Chiefs working here. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Buying some time left. And they will score! Touchdown, Kansas City! The Chiefs grow their lead just before halftime. Patrick Mahomes, the touchdown! His 3rd total score this game. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down. And when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chiefs double their lead to 14. Butker on now to kick this one away. Campbell now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. This one finds Goddard. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
On 1st down, Hurts has him on the quick hitter. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Hurts now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Eagles hustling everyone back to the line. Hurts throwing again. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Here's 2nd and 7. That's caught by A.J. Brown. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Got a man, Uzama has it. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Able to get it to Barkley. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 17. This one's caught. And he takes this one down to the 10 before hitting that sideline. They find 7 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Nice to see that.
Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. So what we're all looking for here, did he secure the catch and maintain it while also getting both feet down?
Yeah, this is why it's a perfect look. This is why teams scout body control and field awareness for these pass catchers. For moments like this, he did not have much margin for error, and it happens oh so fast.
So they sent it to a 2nd set of eyes in New York, and the call on the field is confirmed. 1st down throwing for Hurts. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So now it'll be 2nd and goal.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is if he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Oh, he nearly reeled that in, as close as you can get, but just an exciting incompletion.
Gosh, I love how the receiver creates space from the defender, and even more so the concentration to make the catch. What he didn't have was enough real estate to get his feet in and make an exciting completion.
The kick by Hopkins is good, and that'll get him back to 11. So that brings us to halftime here in KC. It's the Chiefs who've got the advantage heading into the locker rooms. Now we'll get you down to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Reports. We were treated to an excellent first half from the gunslinger, Patrick Mahomes. He threw 2 touchdown passes, ran for another, as his guys have the lead at halftime.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome you all back for the start of our third quarter. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Mecole Hardman now on the return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Out comes Kansas City. Its offense has it first to start quarter number 3. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
And they had that one contained right at the line. Devin White hauls him down. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Looking to throw Mahomes. To the left and hauled in by Kelsey. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Devin White hauls him down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. Escapes and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a 1-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions to get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
The Chiefs looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes Matt Araiza to handle it. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Now Hurts. Flushed out of the pocket. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
Look at the quarterback's eyes. He's looking. He's trying to find a lane of some kind, but there was nowhere to go. And he was lucky to get back to the line before that defense closed in.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Hurts looking to throw. Has a man, it's Brown. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Third and short, he's taking the option right. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs. It gets the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Here's another carry for Barkley. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Justin Reed with the tackle.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Chiefs in a nickel set for this third down call. Hurts setting up to throw. Goddard makes the catch. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage.
And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles start the second half with some needed points. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Eagles offense staying out there. They're going for 2. Campbell going to motion over right. And they get the 2-point conversion. He's in. The lead, only a field goal now. Critical 2-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A 3-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Tony now to return it. He's stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. A give to Pacheco to start the drive. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Josh Sweat making the stop. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Chiefs football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Couldn't connect right side, it's incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. He's gonna loft one deep to the left. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Kansas City! The Chiefs make it a 9-point advantage. It's a Marquise Brown touchdown. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs make it a 10-point ball game. Butker on now to kick this one away. Gamble now on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing here hurts. He's on the move. He tucks it and takes off. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Only took him one play, partner, and they've already made it to that 40-yard line. Here's Hurts. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Back to throw, Hurts. That's who is running back, Kenneth Gainwell. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly.
Man, the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 2nd and 10 now. He puts some power on a deep one left. They connect on the deep shot. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Looking for his wide receiver there. It's 2nd and goal.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he's in for the touchdown. The Eagles make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating.
Look at you.
And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal will tie this game in the fourth.
Eagles 25.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. Hardman with a return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. They've got first down from the 31. Play action, Mahomes. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Chiefs holding on to a field goal lead. Offense to the line for second down. Pacheco gets it from the gun. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Right back to Pacheco. He's off again! And he's all the way down to the 32-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, and they go right back to him. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. The defense takes its third and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. It's Pacheco again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
He'll look to throw it. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. That's one he knows he should have had. 4th down coming up.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And now their lead will push out beyond a field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost him a lead, but a touchdown still ties it. Likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Covey now to return this. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And they have leaned on him to get this offense to the end zone in the game, and he's delivered. He's hit pay dirt 3 times. Part of a really nice game for him so far, Brock. Been returning good value on the looks that he's been getting. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. That pass complete to Goddard. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Eagles hustling everyone back to the line. Setting up to pass. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Time not on their side here as they get set for 1st down. No timeouts remaining either. Back to throw. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining.
Give all the credit to the coverage on that one. Even with plenty of time to throw, they never gave him a lane to complete it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Hurts throwing again. Look in the sideline. That's Goddard. They strike for 23 yards. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
That's pretty impressive, Kate. I mean, to have the awareness, the body control to not just secure the ball, but to keep both feet down on the sideline.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First and 10, here's Hurts. This is for the ball game. Deflected, oh, they couldn't bring it in off the tip drill, though. They had the chance they wanted, Brock, but no, that's how this one's gonna end. Well, no louder place in Missouri or Kansas right now as the Chiefs get the win in Arrowhead. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Chiefs as we say so long from Kansas City.